Hello and welcome to the third video in the playlist of averages from a frequency table. This video looks at working out the mean from a frequency table. Now you should already know that the mean is where we add up all the numbers and then divide by how many there are. But we've got a bit of a problem here because we don't know the total of all of the ages at the moment. Now there's going to be 4 steps to work out the mean from this frequency table. The first step is to find out the total amount of people that are asked. That gives us our total amount of numbers that we can end up dividing by at the end. So if I was going to work out the total here, 2 add 7 add 4 add 3 gives me 16. So that's my first step. I found my total amount of people who are asked this question. The third step, I need to end up drawing an extra column here where I do the ages times by the frequency. So I've already drawn an extra column out here. Now the numbers I end up in here will end up telling us how many years there are in total for this whole group. So there's 2 people that were 12 years old. So 2 times 12 gives me 24. So these 2 people share 24 years. There's 7 people who are 13 years old, so that gives me 91 between them. 4 people who are 14 years old, that gives me 56 when I multiply them together, and then 3 people were 15 years old, so that gives me 45. And then when I total this column, I end up with 216, and that gives me the total amount of years old that this whole group of 16 people are. So now we have our total amount and then how many people we've got. So to work out my mean, I would now do 216, so the total divided by how many we've got is 16, and then that answer ends up being 13.5. So my mean average for this frequency table is 13.5 years old. When you end up getting to an answer, think about it logically. Your mean should be somewhere in the middle of your data range. If I ended up with an answer of 30, it's way outside of my data range, so that's not going to be right. 13.5 is somewhere in the middle here, and that looks like it's about right. I've included a how-to list which goes over the steps that I've showed you to work out the mean from a frequency table. First one in your books, I would like you to draw out the table, find the frequency total, and then I want you to draw an extra column on your table to do your data times by the frequency. So in the example I just did, we did the age times by the frequency. If you're talking about shoe size, you'd do the shoe size times frequency. The fourth one, you need to find the data times frequency column total, and then you need to do the data times frequency total, so number 4, divided by the frequency total, that should be number 2, divided by the frequency total, and then that gives you your mean. Thank you for watching.